BTS News Today. No one is ever truly prepared for the wave of intensity that rises the moment two names are mentioned together: Jimin and Jungkook. And that morning, the air inside Incheon International Airport seemed to move differently, sliding through the tall glass walls of the arrival terminal, carrying whispers that had been flowing since dawn like a current too strong to contain. The two were scheduled to return to South Korea from an overseas engagement shrouded in secrecy, and the public wasn't just waiting. They were humming with anticipation, turning the entire airport into an unofficial stage that has witnessed countless iconic BTS arrivals over the years. By 4 in the morning, hundreds of fans were already gathering, while airport security installed additional barricades. Camera lights clicked on long before the sun rose. The faint aroma of hot coffee drifting from a small stand near the exit blended with the restless hum of a crowd on the edge of frenzy. But something felt different that day. There was no confirmed arrival time, no official announcement, nothing except a vague return private schedule, written on internal updates. Those last two words alone were enough to ignite speculation like sparks falling onto gasoline. Journalists from various media outlets, local news, international networks, independent reporters, filled the corridors before dawn. Everyone held cameras, microphones, and prepared questions, knowing full well that Jimin and Jungkook rarely answered anything at airports. But even a fleeting eye contact or a half-second wave would be gold. And somehow, today felt more monumental, especially since the two members had rarely returned together since completing their military service. Fans suspected their overseas schedule wasn't just another typical project, but something tied to a major undertaking locked tightly behind HYB's doors. An anonymous airport staff member admitted that security arrangements were adjusted the night before. There had been a special request from the artist's management to minimize situations that could endanger fans or the artists themselves. But the unusual secrecy only fueled more theories. The arrival area wasn't just crowded, it was packed with influencers, live streamers, and independent media, all hoping for original footage of the moment the two global stars set foot back in Korea. 8817. An arrival announcement for a flight from Los Angeles echoed through the terminal. Instantly, the crowd shifted, a rumble of footsteps rolling across the floor. People raised cameras, tightened grips on banners, and held their breath. But HYB staff inside the airport didn't react, suggesting it might not be the flight carrying the two members. Whispered conversations began circulating. Fans exchanged nervous looks, waiting for even the smallest sign. Then, at 8:29, two black vans pulled into a restricted drop-off zone, not the usual route. That alone sent the crowd into a new level of excitement. The vans didn't move for several minutes, as if waiting for a signal. Security personnel adjusted positions. HYB staff checked their phones simultaneously, then suddenly moved with urgency. Fans squealed, pushed closer to the VIP exit, though the barricades held them back at 8834. The glass doors of the immigration area slid open. The first thing visible was a pair of black sneakers, walking with steady but soft steps. Then came the figure, a tall man in a black hoodie pulled low over his forehead, a dark baseball cap, a black mask. Even with everything covered, the curve of his shoulders, the way he turned his head, his distinctive gait, there was no doubt. It was Jungkook. And within seconds, the terminal erupted. Screams burst in waves, some sharp, some trembling, some breaking into tears. Camera lights flashed like starlight colliding with glass. Jungkook lowered his head slightly, not to hide, but as if grounding himself amidst the overwhelming energy. Every movement was careful, precise, protective of himself and the fans around him. His masked face hid his smile, but his eyes softened visibly at the sound of fans calling his name with shaking voices. At one moment, he slowed down and glanced toward a young army holding a small Jungkook-decorated light stick, already crying uncontrollably. He gave a small nod. That single gesture sent another wave of sobs through the crowd. Seconds later, the energy shifted again. Another figure stepped out from the same doors, and it was as if the entire terminal brightened. Unlike Jungkook's dark, understated outfit, Jimin emerged wearing a soft gray denim jacket over a simple white shirt, his hair neatly styled as if touched moments ago by morning light. His masked smile was faint but unmistakably warm. His subtle, graceful wave calmed the crowd despite the frenzy. If Jungkook was a quiet storm, Jimin was sunlight breaking through it. His presence changed the atmosphere instantly. Fans screamed both their names in chorus, creating a chaotic yet emotional harmony that only BTS could inspire in public spaces. In a huge airport like Incheon, moments like this had become part of cultural history. Yet today their pace seemed unusually urgent. Not frantic, but purposeful. HYB staff surrounded them with a tighter formation than usual. Media observers noticed the difference immediately. No stops for photos. No long waves. No lingering. Something felt pressing. One local journalist whispered that this might be connected to the rumored global creative project the two had reportedly attended overseas. Others speculated about a new documentary following their post-military journey. Some believed they were working on a large-scale music collaboration abroad. But nothing was certain. What was clear was that today's return wasn't ordinary. Fans tried offering small gifts as the duo approached the VIP exit. Jimin slowed down briefly, acknowledging a fan clutching a yellow envelope. A staff member took it gently, giving a reassuring nod. The fan burst into tears instantly. Meanwhile, Jungkook stayed slightly behind, keeping a safe buffer between himself and the cluster of outstretched hands. Just before reaching the VIP door, something unexpected happened. A fan near the barricade lost her balance due to the pressure of the moving crowd. Without hesitation, Jungkook turned, reaching out alongside staff to help steady her. The moment was quick, but it sent the crowd into stunned silence followed by cries of gratitude. Even surrounded by security, his instinctive care never disappeared. Once outside, the two black vans opened their doors simultaneously. Jimin entered one, Jungkook the other. But something even more intriguing happened. The vans did not leave together. Jungkook's van pulled out first, heading east. Jimin's waited nearly a full minute before driving off in another direction. To the sharp-eyed reporters, this was significant. It meant the two had separate immediate destinations, highly unusual considering they arrived from the same overseas trip. Within minutes, social media went up in flames. Hashtags like hashtag JiminJK return to Korea, hashtag Incheon chaos, and hashtag JK protects RMY soared to the top of worldwide trends. Every detail, from Jimin's bracelet to the headphones hanging from Jungkook's bag to the exhaustion visible in their eyes, was analyzed obsessively. Music analysts speculated about solo comebacks or a long-awaited subunit project. Others suggested the two had just completed a major overseas negotiation. Some fans even theorized a surprise performance at an international award show. But beyond all the theories and digital frenzy, one truth remained constant. Jimin and Jungkook are forces of nature. Their simple act of returning home was enough to shake Incheon International Airport to its core. And somehow, each arrival leaves behind a new mystery, as if their story refuses to settle into anything predictable. That day, Incheon once again proved that BTS is more than a musical legend. They are a living phenomenon whose presence alone alters the rhythm of everything around them.